Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, so what a game that was. What a game that was. And I don't mean that in a good way. That was an awful performance from Liverpool. But Liverpool have won 1-0 away to Nottingham Forest. And it's been a pretty much bogey ground for us. I think we've now won 2 games in the last 16 appearances. But that was a good win because is there such thing as a bad win? But performance was shocking. Absolutely shocking. But listen, our aim now until the end of the season is to get Champions League football, to get third, fourth, or fifth, and it's helped us. So far, it's been a good weekend for us. Aston Villa dropped points, Chelsea dropped points. Exactly what we needed. Now it's waiting for Man United to drop points tomorrow, and it'll be the absolute perfect weekend. So we're now sitting joint fourth with Man United and Chelsea on 45 points. Imagine 45 points at a stage of the season. Not good enough at all. But listen, we are where we are. And listen, I'm not even happy. I'm not overjoyed. I'm content. I'm content that we've won a game. Obviously, you get the jubilation because you win in the last second. Listen, over the last few weeks, it's been us. We've been conceding in the 90th minute, 93rd minute, 94th minute, 95th minute, 97th minute. Thankfully, it's turned around and it's our turn again. But even then, we had 2 attempts at it. Mac Allister's first goal gets ruled out. Rightly so, to be completely honest, because as much as you can call it harsh, it hits his back and it hits his arm. You can't really score a goal with a handball. It should never happen. It should never be allowed. So as much as I don't like it, it was fair. But they didn't give up. Credit to the players. I've questioned them recently. I've questioned their bottle. I've questioned their mentality. But they didn't give up. They carried on fighting, and we got a goal. Some will say fortuitously, Lamont. Some will say it was a disgraceful decision, Lamont. But when you look at what's being shown, Arne's foot was behind Van Dijk. So he played him marginally onside. But marginally onside is still onside. So we got lucky. No denying it. We were terrible. No denying it. But first half performance is one that we're gonna want to forget. But unfortunately, it's one of a catalogue of performances that keep on rearing their head. I mean, I've lost count of the amount of times we've been really, really poor in the first half. As you can see, the stats don't lie. Forest had 59% possession, we had 41. Expected goals for them was 0.89, we had 0.06, which is basically nothing. Then on top of that, they've had 12 shots, we had 2. They've had 2 on target, we've had none on target. They've had 1 big chance and they've missed it. And obviously we've had none, as you can see. It's just, realistically, it's unacceptable. It's not something you want to see from a Liverpool team that is trying to get into Champions League. But I've got a problem with Slot because I'm tired of him saying, oh, low block this, low block that. I'm tired of him saying, we trained all week for... I'm not saying he said it today. This is what I've heard a lot. We trained all week and they changed their system. They changed how they play against us. Why do teams always change their play against us? Of course they're going to change how they play against us. You're the great Liverpool. You are the reigning champions. Why should they just go in as they normally do? My problem is, what are you doing? What are you doing in midweek? If every single time we rock up to a team, we're terrible in the first half because we don't know what they're going to do. I want Liverpool to do what Liverpool should be doing, and that's imposing our game onto the opposition. Letting them change for us. Letting us be the driving force in that game, not being reactionary. And what it seems like is happening, we always have poor first halves and really good second halves. And I think it's even shown, I think we're top, if not top 3, second half team in the Premier League, which is actually outrageous considering where we are. But that's not good enough because it just tells me he's not set up the team properly to start the game. And that he gets into the game and we're lost. And he's having to scramble and try and work out what they're doing today. Rather than we should be, as I've said it just now, we should be the team that is forcing our football onto them. Doesn't matter if we're home or away. That's how it should be. And today was a prime example. I've shown you the stats. We were not good enough. We had no shots on target in the first half. And not being funny, that's becoming a very, very familiar feeling under Slot. It was never like that under Klopp. We didn't go through game here, game there, game here, game there with no shots in the first half on target. For me, that's unacceptable. We should not be going to a team relegation threatened and having no shots in the first half. They look like more of a relegation battle game than a top team who just won the league last season against a team that's struggling for relegation this season. It looked like a relegation fight. And that is a sad indictment of where we are, the way we're playing. Yeah, we can finish, we're joint fourth, which is not good enough still. Yeah, we're joint fourth, we can still get Champions League, it's in our hands. But there's so much work to do, so much work to do. The sad point of today was we saw how much we now miss Florian Wirtz. He pulls up, I think Slaughter said it's a sore back, and throughout the whole warm-up, he just kept feeling it, and he decided, listen, this is the Premier League, I need to be 100%, so he's not going to risk it, and the team didn't risk it, which is fair enough. Don't want him risking a slight injury and making a bad injury. So he doesn't play, and you could tell. We had no ideas, we had nothing until Slot changed things around. We even tried to swap right-backs. Suppose I started right back and Jones started midfield. We even swapped that around. They still didn't do enough in the first half. So obviously, second half, Slot gets them in, and it flips on its head. Or even more on its head, because we take more control than they had in the first half. As you can see from the stats right here, it goes down to 34% possession to them, to 6-6 for us. They have 0.37 expected goals. We have, which is still better than we had in the first half. We had 1.70. Shots, they had 6, we had 8. But importantly, they had no shots on target. We cut that out completely. Completely cut it out. They had no shots on target. We had 4. They had obviously no shots on target and no big chances. We have 4 big chances and actually missed 3. So again, I say a lot, we're not clinical enough, we're not clinical enough, we're not clinical enough. We need to be better in front of goal. And Ekitike, listen, bro, I rate your game, but heading ability of the football, you need to work on it, because the goal that got disallowed should have been a goal. Rio comes on as a sub, and I'm calling it for it in the WhatsApp groups. We need to bring on Rio, because our wing play is horrible, absolute horrible, and we're getting nothing from our wingers. And one of the guys was like, can you imagine we spent almost 500 million and we're calling for Rio and Gomorrah to come off the bench? But my argument is he's a first team player, and he's an attacking player, so I don't mind calling for him. But it is not great that we're having to call for a 17-year-old to come and save us. But he helped. There's a stat that is out there that wasn't great reading for Liverpool fans, but at the same time, we saw it with our eyes. And it said that Ria and Gomorrah completed more dribbles, attempted more dribbles, and created as many chances as both Salah and Gakpo combined. He only played 20 minutes, and he also played on both wings. So I've been having debates in other groups. Should he be getting more minutes? I won't deny he should be getting more minutes. Should he be starting games? There might now be an argument for him starting games. Because he is a threat. He has pace. We have no pace on the wings. Salah showed again today, he was pocketed by Williams, that once he gets past the player, they invariably, left backs, get back and catch him up and put a challenge in. And that's not his fault. Listen, he's not young. He's not a spring chicken anymore. So we can't blame him for slowing down. But the issue is, why don't we have adequate cover for him? Why don't we have someone that's not a right back called Frimpong that can come in, that's left-footed, that can do a job? Maybe that person that's not left-footed is Rio. Maybe sometimes you've got to give Rio a chance in there. Either side. Because Gakpo, I was asked the question, if we got money for Gakpo this summer, is he good enough? Should we sell him? I said, listen, he's good enough. He's not good enough as a starter. There's a difference between a starter in the Premier League and someone that's an impact. Starting certain games and coming off the bench in certain games, 50-50 kind of thing. He's a good squad player for me. Gakpo, he's got a lot of criticism today, and he wasn't good again today, but he's a good squad player. And he needs to be taken in and out and be coming as a sub and having an impact that way. Because he has shown he's a lot better than he has shown us this season, since he came into the club. He's a goal scorer. But right now, he is way off form. But listen, we've won. We've won 1-0. We've put the pressure on Chelsea and Man United. And we need to finish in top 4. So guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. And leave your comments. Comment. I appreciate the comments that you guys drop in the comment section. And as I said, I will read them out once they're put in there. But yeah, this has been Armchair Pundits, Liverpool Post-Match Review Show. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.